Hello, welcome to Camp Sports 2024. My name is Yechiel Hyman, and we're gonna have a good time this summer. But before we have a good time, it is important to set some ground rules. And by ground rules, I mean in terms of sports. Because sports in camp is very important, the rules are very important, and this video is very, very important. First, we're gonna talk about football. The way we play football, we don't play touch football. We play flag football. And in the game of flag football, the most important part of it is the flags. So if you're wearing flags, which you will all be wearing flags, the flags cannot be in the front of your garment. The flags must be to the side of your garment. Now you might think, okay, but my shirt is untucked and people might try to grab my shirt instead of my flag and then I get to keep going. No, because then you will end up running around the field shirtless and that would be bad. So you must tuck in your shirt and the shirt must be tucked in at all points of time. Now, when the quarterback is behind the line of scrimmage and the linemen are counting rushes, right, as one does, you must make sure to count up to the number 6.
4 is 3, 5 is 3, 6 is 3.
But it's not just 6, right? It has to be 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. If you run it before 6, we're gonna have a big problem. Quarterback sneaks are not allowed. The quarterback can't just snap the ball and say, ooh, I'm gonna run, I think I'm Pat Mahomes. No, you are not Pat Mahomes. So you must wait behind the line of scrimmage until the guy yells 6 Mississippi or blitzes or whatever it is and comes in. What is a catch in football? Now the NFL has different rules than college football. However, we in Camp Sports, we're like the NFL, which means when you catch the football and you're near the sideline, you must have 2 feet in bounds. Not 1, 2 feet in bounds. Offensive linemen. Let's clarify something right now. You are not wide receivers. I understand that's what you grew up with. You dreamed of being a wide receiver, but no, you're an offensive lineman. You are ineligible as a receiver. You must wait for the other team to be ready before calling hike.
Defense, you ready? Ready. Hike.
Don't swipe at the flag. Don't do it. And now on to softball. The bat is not to be thrown. We don't throw bats in camp. It's dangerous. It'll hurt somebody. It might hurt you. You're out. No questions asked. Don't throw the bat. Don't throw the bat. The pitcher is not allowed to put spin on the ball. He's not allowed to turn his hand as he throws the ball. The ball must be finished open palm. There is no leading in softball. Don't bunt. Swing the bat. And now we are on to the most un-American sport that we play here in camp, the great sport of soccer. Don't slide tackle. Don't do it. I've done it before. I got put in timeout for 10 minutes on the side of the field. It's not worth it. I'm telling you now, you might hurt somebody, you might hurt yourself. Slide tackling, bad. When the goalie is outside of the goalie box, believe it or not, they're not allowed to use their hands to touch the ball. When you're inbounding the soccer ball, you must take both hands, one hand, other hand, overhead, throw. You might think one hand, I'm gonna throw it with one hand. No. Left hand, no. Right hand, no. Both hands, yes. Okay, this one, I'll be honest, I don't know, so we're gonna read it from the rules. Explanation of offsides. Offsides is when a player on the offensive team is standing behind the last defender and the goal. If offsides is called, the player cannot touch the ball until he gets behind the defender. Basketball. Please don't put my face in there when you do that. This is 1 point. This is 1 point. Oh, and this one also, 1 point. But this one, still 1 point. No press. We don't just get to substitute in the middle of a play. You can only be substituted when the ball is dead. Dead ball, substitution. No dead ball, no substitution. And last but not least, the greatest sport to ever grace this holy land of Ner Israel Rabbinical College, the great sport of Frisbee. If you catch the Frisbee on a run, you must do your best to stop as quickly as possible. If your momentum carries you a little bit forward, that's fine. But legit 1 or 2 steps. You can't just be like, oh no, my momentum is carrying me forward 15 steps. Oh, I'm gonna just keep running all the way until I get to the end zone. No, do not count too fast. You can count too slow. It would be a bad idea, but you can. But you cannot count too fast.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now this one's different than football. In Ultimate Frisbee, 1 foot in bounds. You're not allowed to move when you have the Frisbee, but you can pivot. You cannot pivot into the end zone. If you catch it outside the end zone, you cannot score the touchdown because you're not allowed to move. You can catch it in the air and land in the end zone. If I'm holding the Frisbee and the guy's counting, you just gotta
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
and then he has to reset. You cannot hand off the Frisbee. You can throw a short pass of the Frisbee, but you cannot hand off the Frisbee. The defender is not allowed to steal the Frisbee out of the guy's hand. When the Frisbee goes out of play or out of the back of the end zone, before you restart play, you must tap the Frisbee in before throwing it. And last but not least, always stay hydrated. That's pretty much it. This is how sports works in camp. It's not complicated. Pretty simple rules. There will be fights. Don't be the cause of those fights. And let's all have a good summer. Yay!